Hello everyone, welcome to Botany channel for UPSC examination. In today's video, we are going to see the differences between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. As you know, the living world is often divided into two types of cells, that is the prokaryotic cells and the eukaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cells on the one hand are the simple cells, while on the other hand, the eukaryotic cells are more complex cells. So in this video, we are going to focus only on the differences between the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell. So before starting the video, I request you to join the Telegram channel of the same name, that is the Botany optional for UPSC examination, on the Telegram platform. There we regularly upload the PDFs of these videos plus the links of these videos so that you will not miss any study material relating with the botany. Alright. So let's learn about the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell. Now the very first difference we are going to see is about the nuclear envelope. In this slide, you can see here on the left side, you will see the prokaryotic cell, and on the right side, you will see the eukaryotic cell. In a prokaryotic cell, no nuclear envelope, that is, all the genetic material is not enclosed in nuclear envelope. That means the nuclear envelope is completely absent in the prokaryotic cell, but on the other hand, in the eukaryotic cell, the nuclear envelope is present. You can see here, this is a nuclear envelope which covers the nucleus, and inside this nuclear envelope, there is a genetic material. So, in the eukaryotic cell, the genetic material is enclosed inside the nuclear envelope, while on the other hand, in the prokaryotic cell, the nuclear material is not enclosed within the nuclear envelope because nuclear envelope is completely absent in the prokaryotic cell, and its genetic material is spread in the center of the cell. The second difference between the two is the naked DNA. As you can see, in the prokaryotic cell, the DNA is naked. That literally means the DNA of the prokaryotic cell is not combined with the other proteins. That is, generally in a eukaryotic cell, there are the histone proteins which combines with the DNA to form a complex chromatin material. But on the other hand, in the prokaryotic cell, the DNA is not combined with the protein, and histone proteins are altogether absent. So the histone protein in the prokaryotic cells are absent, and due to this, their DNA is said to be the naked DNA. While on the other hand, in the eukaryotic cell, the DNA is combined with the histone protein like proteins, and that is why the DNA of a eukaryotic cell is closed within the chromatin material. Alright. So on the one hand, the prokaryotic cells has the naked DNA, while on the other hand, the eukaryotic cells do not have the naked DNA. Now the next important difference between the two is their chromosome number. As you can observe, in a prokaryotic cell, there is only one large chromosome is present. That is, the prokaryotes contains only the one chromosome, while on the other hand, in the eukaryotic cell, you will find the many numbers of chromosomes. For example, in the humans, we have the 23 pairs of chromosomes. That literally means humans has the 46 chromosomes, right? Being eukaryote, there is a varied number of chromosome and there are multiple copies of chromosome in the eukaryotic cell, but on the other hand, there is only one large chromosome is present in the prokaryotic cell. So there is a large differences between the prokaryote and eukaryotic cell in relation with the number of chromosome, that the prokaryotic cell contains only the one chromosome while the eukaryotic cells contains the multiple chromosome. For example, the humans has 46 chromosome. All right. Next difference between the two is the nucleolus. In the prokaryotic cells, the nucleolus is completely absent, while in the eukaryotic cell, you will find the presence of nucleolus inside the nucleus. As you can observe in this animal cell, the nucleolus is present inside the nucleus, and it's a characteristic feature of the eukaryotic cell, while the nucleolus is completely absent in the prokaryotic cell. The next difference between the two is about their ribosomes. Now, the ribosomes are present in both prokaryotic cells as well as in the eukaryotic cells, but the type of ribosome is different in both the cells. That is, in a prokaryotic cells, you will find the 70S ribosomes with subtype 50S and 30S, while on the other hand, in the eukaryotic cells, you will find the 80S ribosomes with subtypes 60S and 40S. All right. So both the cells, that is the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cells, both contains the ribosome, but the type of ribosome is different in both the cells. The prokaryotic cells contains the 70th type of ribosomes, but the eukaryotic cells, on the other hand, contains the 80th type of ribosomes. So again, this is a very important difference between the two. The next difference between the two is about the presence or absence of the mitochondria. As you know, mitochondria is a very important organelle for the respiration, and this mitochondria is completely absent in the prokaryotes, while in the eukaryotes, the mitochondria are present in a multiple numbers. So you can observe here, these all are the mitochondria which are present in the eukaryotic cells, while on the other hand, the prokaryotic cells does not have any mitochondria. You know, the mitochondria plays a very important role in the respiration, and respiration related enzymes are present in these mitochondria in the eukaryotic cells. While in a prokaryotic cells, all the respiratory enzymes are present on their plasma membrane. That is due to the lacking of mitochondria. Their respiratory pigments lies in the plasma membrane, while the respiratory pigments in the eukaryotic cells is present in the mitochondria because they contain the multiple copies of mitochondria. The very important difference between the two is that the prokaryotic cells does not show any presence of mitochondria, while on the other hand, there are multiple copies of mitochondria present in the eukaryotic cell. Now, next difference between the two is about the membrane-bound organelles. As you know, there are many membrane-bound organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex. All these are membrane-bound organelles, and these membrane-bound organelles are completely absent in the prokaryotic cell, while they shows their presence in the eukaryotic cells. Here you can observe the rugged endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which is present in the animal cells, that is the eukaryotic cells, but the endoplasmic reticulum is completely absent in the prokaryotic cell. You can find here, this is the Golgi complex, which shows its presence in the eukaryotic cells, but it is absent in the prokaryotic cells. This Golgi complex is involved in a many important metabolic activities, but it is still absent in the prokaryotic cells. So, in relation to membrane-bound organelles, the prokaryotic cells lack the membrane-bound organelles like endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi complex, while these are present in the eukaryotic cell. All right. Now, the next important difference between the two is about their flagellum. Here, this structure you can observe is called as the flagellum, and there is a single large flagella is present in the prokaryotic cell. That is, the prokaryotic cells contains the single and large flagellum, while on the other hand, the eukaryotic cells may contain one to many flagellums and generally shows 9+2 pattern. Alright, this particular picture does not show any flagellum, but there are certain groups of the animals which has the flagellum and they generally shows the 9+2 pattern. While on the other hand, the prokaryotes show only the single large flagellum. Now, next difference between the two, that is the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell, is about their cell size. As with common sense, you can say that the prokaryotic cell are smaller cells, while the eukaryotic cells are the larger cells. This is true because the eukaryotic cells is more complex and the larger in shape, while the prokaryotic cell is very simple and smaller in shape. Actually, the size of a prokaryotic cell range from 100 to 2000 nanometers, while in eukaryotes, the size of eukaryote cells ranging from 10,000 to the 1 lakh nanometer. So this is a very important difference between the two about their sizes. That is, the prokaryotic cells are smaller and they have their size range of 100 to 2000 nanometer, while the eukaryotic cells are the larger cells and more complex cells and have their size in range between the 10,000 to the 1 lakh nanometer. All right. Now, the next difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells is about the presence or absence of lysosomes. As you can see in the eukaryotic cells, you will find the presence of these are circular bodies which are called as the lysosomes. But these lysosomes are completely absent in the prokaryotic cells. So again, it's a very important difference between the two, that the eukaryotic cells contains the lysosomes while the prokaryotic cells lacks the lysosomes. All right. So all these are the differences between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cells. I hope you like this lecture. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one.